Once upon a time, in a forest where the river sang and the morning mist danced through ancient trees, there lived a beaver named Willow. Somewhere upstream, a beaver named River moved through the current with grace and purpose, where ferns grew tall and cattails swayed in the breeze. Willow was lost in her work when she felt it, that unmistakable feeling of being watched. She looked up, and there across the shimmering water stood River, holding a perfect branch, completely frozen by the sight of her. Their eyes met, and in that single moment, the forest held its breath. River gathered his courage and emerged from the shallows, his heart pounding as he approached. Willow inspected stones beneath the water, pretending she hadn't noticed. River finally found his voice. Not with words, but with a gift. He offered her the branch he'd been carrying, chosen with care, smoothed by the current into something beautiful. Willow reached for it, and when their paws touched, something magical happened. The river seemed to flow brighter. The fireflies appeared early. Even the old pine trees seemed to lean closer, as if blessing this moment they'd been waiting for. River rested near a mossy log, watching nervously as Willow examined his gift. Would she understand what it meant? That he was offering not just a branch, but a future? She smiled, and River's whole world lit up. Willow walked toward him through a meadow of blue wildflowers, and River knew this was the beginning of everything. They walked side by side along the shore, two hearts beating as one, their reflections dancing together in the water below. But true love, as all the greatest stories tell us, must weather the storm. The rain came softly at first, gentle drops creating ripples across the river. Willow sheltered beneath a tall pine, wondering if she'd been foolish to hope. But then, through the mist, she saw him, River, running through the rain toward her, his eyes saying everything words could not. He'd chosen her, storm and all. Together, they watched the rain paint the world in silver. And when River shook the water from his coat, Willow laughed, truly laughed, for the first time in longer than she could remember. They began gathering branches, working as one, building something beautiful, even as the rain fell around them. When River offered her another branch through the fog, Willow stepped close. The rain fell, the mist swirled, and in that moment, surrounded by the storm, they found perfect peace. Then the clouds parted, and the sunset blazed across the sky like a promise. Golden light spilled over everything, the water, the trees, the two beavers walking side by side through a world made new. That evening, as fog drifted over the river and the first stars appeared, River and Willow sat together at the water's edge. He leaned close, and she rested her head against his shoulder. They'd found what they'd been searching for. They'd found home. And so, as the moon rose high and silver, they began to build their future. Willow gathered strong branches. River laid the foundation. Together they stacked and wove and shaped, their movements synchronized like a dance they'd always known. Mud packed between logs, branches balanced in flowing water, every piece placed with love, with hope, with the promise of tomorrow. The dam rose from the river, not just as shelter, but as a testament to what two hearts can build together. And when it was finished, when the last branch was placed and the final wall secured, they stood atop their creation as the sun painted the sky in shades of rose and gold, knowing they'd built something that would last forever. But the greatest gift was yet to come. Inside their lodge, wrapped in warm golden light and the scent of fresh pine. Willow held a miracle. A tiny kit, no bigger than a pine cone, with fur soft as dandelion seeds and eyes that held entire universes. They named him Sprout. River touched his son's tiny paw, and a single tear rolled down his cheek. All the branches gathered, all the storms weathered, all the work and hope and dreams. It all led to this. To Sprout. Willow wrapped their baby in the softest grass. River stood guard at the entrance, fierce and proud. She nestled Sprout into a bed of warm reeds while River brought the tenderest leaves he could find. They took turns watching him sleep, marveling at every wiggle, every yawn, every perfect little moment. Their family was complete. As Sprout grew, so did their world. His first wobbly steps onto the dam, Willow's paws hovering nearby, ready to catch him. River watching from the bank, his chest swelling with pride. Sprout's first time touching the river, the wonder in his eyes as water flowed through his tiny paws. Day by day, Sprout learned how to carry sticks, though they were almost as big as he was, how to swim beside River through gentle currents, how to climb onto rocks with Willow cheering him on, how to find the best leaves, the strongest branches, the quietest places to watch the sunset. They taught him everything they knew, but more than skill, they taught him love. They taught him that family means showing up, rain or shine. That home isn't just a place, it's the people who stand beside you. That the strongest dams are built not just with branches and mud, but with laughter and patience and care. As fireflies danced through the twilight, Willow carried a sleepy Sprout home. The moon rose silver and full, casting light across the forest like a blessing. Sprout nestled between his parents, safe and warm, and loved beyond measure. The river flowed on, as it always had and always would. But now it carried something new, the story of 3 beavers who built not just a dam, but a life, who chose each other when they could have chosen to be alone, who weathered storms and celebrated sunsets, who built and laughed and loved. The forest remembered them, the river sang their names, and in the golden morning light, as mist rose like magic from the water, Willow, River, and Sprout sat together on the mossy bank, a family forged by choice, strengthened by devotion, and bound by a love that would echo through the forest for generations to come. This is their story, a story of courage and kindness, of finding your person in a world that feels too big, of building something beautiful when the rain won't stop falling, of tiny paws and big dreams, and the fierce, unbreakable love of family. This is the remarkable tale of Willow, River, and little Sprout, and the home they built together, one branch at a time.
Thank you for joining me for another remarkable love story from the animal kingdom. If today's journey touched your heart, imagine what else is waiting out there. Bonds, partnerships, and connections more magical than fiction. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the next story unfolding beneath the waves, above the trees, or deep in the wild.